Alright, let's dive deep into Rome Odun's situation heading into his sophomore year in the NFL. Because this is exactly the kind of storyline that excites any football fan who loves to track young talent. It's widely understood that for most skill players, that crucial second season is when they start to really break out. Sure, there are always exceptions like Jamar Chase, who burst onto the scene right away as a rookie, but typically that second year is when running backs, wide receivers, and similar positions begin to truly hit their stride and make a name out for themselves. And it's not just about physical ability. The mental side of the game is a huge part of that development, especially in today's NFL. Rome himself has talked about the differences between college ball and the NFL, emphasizing how the pro game demands a whole new level of mental processing. The windows to catch the ball are narrower, the pace is much faster, and the playbooks are more complex. He mentioned that having a full season under his belt has helped him adjust to all that, and he now feels he can play more freely, knowing exactly where he needs to be and when he needs to be there. That part really stands out because it highlights something we often overlook when talking about rookies and young players. Adapting mentally to the NFL's complexity can be just as challenging, if not more so, than developing the physical skills. Think about it. In college, a lot of offenses are simplified, sometimes with hand signals from the sideline or very straightforward routes. Most teams don't even huddle, and the language is kept simple. But in the NFL, it's a whole different beast. Plays can be 20 words long with multiple options and checks built in. Learning all that while trying to perform at the highest level is no small feat. So when we see Rome Odun making some mistakes or running the wrong route at times during his rookie year, it's understandable given that steep learning curve. The physical side of things is important, no doubt. No one questions his talent there. But the mental side is a massive hurdle. Now, there's been a lot of chatter about Rome's rookie year, with some folks acting like he was a bust or a huge disappointment. But if you dig into the numbers and the context, that just isn't the case. Sure, he was a top 10 pick, so expectations were high, especially in terms of touchdowns, but the whole offensive situation wasn't ideal for him to shine. The Bears had a rookie quarterback throwing to him. They traded away a primary target in Keenan Allen, and the offense overall was struggling and inconsistent. Still, Rome put up over 50 catches, more than 700 yards, and 3 touchdowns, which for a rookie third receiver in a pretty rough offense isn't bad at all. People sometimes act like he had just a couple hundred yards, but he was closer to low-end WR2 or solid WR3 production, which is respectable for year one. Comparisons always come up, like Brian Thomas having a better year or Marvin Harrison Jr. making more noise, but each player's situation is different, and rookie years can be all over the place based on a ton of factors. What matters now is how Rome builds on that foundation, and there's reason to be optimistic. He's put in work this offseason, focusing on getting into peak condition, not just physically, but also mentally and spiritually. He's added some lean muscle, particularly dialing in on upper body strength, which he says helps with those tough contested catches and the physicality of the NFL game. That contested catch ability has always been one of his standout traits. Back in college, he caught about 75% of contested balls, which are essentially 50-50 chances. And he kept that rate even as a rookie last season with around 72%. That tells you his hands and body control are legit, and that won't suddenly disappear. One memorable moment from last year was that 4th and 3 play against the Packers where he made a back shoulder catch along the sideline. A perfect example of his contested catch skill shining through. Over the entire season, he had roughly 18 contested catches, which is about a third of his total receptions. So physically, no one can really question his ability to make tough plays. What might need some polish is his route running and chemistry with the quarterback, and that's something that naturally improves with time and reps. Speaking of chemistry, there were definitely moments last season, especially early on, where Rome and the rookie quarterback just seemed out of sync. Those moments are pretty normal for two young players trying to find their rhythm. One specific play that stands out is a 4th and 15 against Houston, where the quarterback threw a ball toward the sideline thinking it was a deep comeback route. But Rome ran what looked like a post. Those kinds of miscommunications happen when you're still figuring out option routes and adjusting to defensive coverages on the fly. Over time, those details get ironed out, but last year you saw that disconnect about 5 or 6 times. which is understandable, but also an area to watch. Now, the good news is that Rome is in a better situation this year. The Bears have a new offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson, who's known for being a smarter, more creative play caller. Rome himself praised Johnson and the coaching staff for having great offensive minds and helping put him in positions to succeed, which is exactly what you want to hear from a young player. Trust between players and coaches is huge, and it seems like Rome and the Bears offense are building that rapport. From an outsider's perspective, it's easy to see why there's more confidence in his coaching staff compared to the last one. Ben Johnson appears to be the kind of coach who will design plays that give Rome space and opportunity to make plays, rather than forcing him into uncomfortable roles. There's also the expectation that Rome would take a significant step forward this season. With over 700 yards and 50 catches in a rookie year that involved growing pains, it's reasonable to expect him to hit that 1,000-yard mark in year 2. The talent is there. The physical tools are undeniable, and now he's working on the mental side and building chemistry with the quarterback. Even if the quarterback isn't an elite passer just yet, better timing and play design should help Rome rack up the production. Interestingly, some have wondered if Rome could even become the team's #1 receiver by the end of the season. While that might still be a stretch, it's definitely on the table. DJ Moore is a solid receiver and good after the catch, but Rome offers more versatility. He can line up outside or in the slot, has strong contested catch ability, and a more diverse route tree. He may not be quite as explosive after the catch as DJ, but he makes up for it with his physicality and ability to make tough catches in traffic. If he can continue to develop his route running and build that chemistry, he has all the tools to become the primary weapon in the Bears' passing game. Of course, competition is fierce. Players like Luther Burden and Zacchaeus have been working hard in the offseason and will push for targets and snaps, so Rome will have to earn his spot every day. But as a top 10 pick, there's an inherent expectation that he'll grow into a star. That's the kind of pressure and opportunity Rome is facing, and based on everything we've seen so far, he's ready to meet it. So yeah, going into this season, Roma Dunn seems poised for that breakout moment. He's motivated, physically stronger, mentally sharper, and has a coaching staff that believes in him. The pieces are falling into place, and it will be fascinating to watch him transform from a solid rookie into a potential focal point of the Bears offense. Absolutely, let's continue exploring Rome Dun's journey, diving deeper into his growth, challenges, and the evolving context around him as he approaches his sophomore NFL season. This next chapter of his story is crucial because it's not just about raw talent or even just physical readiness anymore. It's about how he handles increased expectations, refines his craft, and navigates the pressures that come with being a high draft pick in a demanding league. One of the biggest challenges Rome faces is consistency. The NFL is a brutal proving ground where flashes of brilliance are not enough to cement your status. For Rome, the flashes last season were evident. His ability to win contested catches, to create separation on certain routes, and to make difficult catches in traffic showed his potential. But what he needs to develop now is the ability to bring that level of play week after week, regardless of the opponent or game situation. Consistency means running precise routes, making smart decisions after the catch, and avoiding costly mistakes like drops or route errors. That kind of dependability is what transforms a promising player into a reliable offensive weapon. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are stirring in the NFL world as speculation heats up about a potential blockbuster move involving Tyreek Hill and the Chicago Bears. Sources close to the matter hint that the explosive wide receiver might be eyeing a fresh start in the Windy City after becoming a free agent, setting the stage for a captivating offseason storyline. Tyreek Hill, known for his blazing speed and dynamic playmaking ability, has been a game changer since entering the league. His ability to stretch defenses and create big plays out of seemingly nothing has made him one of the most feared receivers in recent years. Now, with free agency in full swing, the question on everyone's lips is whether Hill could bring his electric talent to Chicago. a team eager to inject some serious firepower into their offense. The Bears have been searching for a star wideout to complement their offensive weapons and ignite their passing game. Adding a player of Hill's caliber would instantly transform their aerial attack, offering quarterback Justin Fields a legitimate deep threat option and opening up the field for other receivers. The prospect of Hill's speed and agility terrorizing opposing secondaries under the bright lights of Soldier Field is undeniably enticing for fans and analysts alike. Though nothing is confirmed, insiders suggest that the Bears front office is quietly exploring the possibility of signing Hill, weighing the impact he could have on the team's fortunes. With salary cap considerations and the ever-present competition from other franchises ready to pursue Hill's services, Chicago's interest adds a fascinating layer to the free agency buzz. Hill's decision will likely hinge on several factors: the contract offer, the chance to be a focal point of a rebuilding offense, and the opportunity to play under a coaching staff eager to maximize his unique skill set. Meanwhile, the Bears' aggressive approach to the offseason hints that they could be willing to invest heavily to land such a game-changing talent. While this remains a rumor for now, the idea of Tyreek Hill suiting up for the Bears is enough to get fans dreaming about a dramatic upgrade to the team's offensive potential. As the free agency period progresses, all eyes will be on Chicago to see if they can turn this tantalizing possibility into reality, potentially reshaping the landscape of the NFC North and making the Bears a force to be reckoned with in the coming seasons. In the meantime, the NFL rumor mill churns, and the buzz around Hill's next destination only grows louder. Could Chicago be the surprise landing spot for one of the league's most electrifying players? Only time will tell. But the chatter certainly makes for an exciting offseason narrative. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.